What's going on, guys? Jay Best from the future here. I'm going to try something a little bit different. We're trying the voiceover kind of thing. I figured I'd talk through some of my, thought process and watch back the race and see if we can learn something. It's the Ringmeister series. Every week a different car for some godforsaken reason. This week it's the next gen, the NASCAR stock car. This thing weighs 3,400 pounds and has 670 horsepower. It might be more GT-like than the last Cup car, but it's not meant for the Nürburgring. It's quite a combo on this super narrow, twisty Nürburgring circuit. We're starting 10th in the number 6 car, having not qualified. iRacing sets up the Nürburgring sessions a little bit differently with a separate qualifying session, and here we go on the pace lap, going straight into the back of the number 5 car. Sorry about that, Jack. Bit of a lapse in concentration, got a little eager there. Through the first couple of corners, made it through smoothly. First big braking zone down the hill. Everybody's gonna survive pretty cleanly. 5 goes a little bit wide. So much power in this car. Sam is in this race too, and I believe the entire time we were saying, oh wow, this car just has no brakes, huh? But looking back at the footage, we're just going so crazy fast. And these cars are so heavy, the minimum speed is so low. There goes the one car sideways around. That's Bacon Zelenka. Keep an eye out for that green number 1 car. He's gonna come back. We're gonna see him again. Up through the Flugplatz. I believe that translates to flight place. We're going to be doing some flying here as the 5 and the 4 go side by side. The 5 thinks about sticking his nose in it, but the 4 car still got the run. This is the battle for 8th at the moment. Through this crazy uphill left-hander down into Armberg. This is my favorite corner on the whole track. Super slow corner down the hill. It's almost off camber. I'm going to skip forward a little bit to the other side of Foxhole. Spotter says there's some trouble, and there's the 14. Actually, the number 7 in a 14 paint. Spun around there at the top of Foxhole. Again, that's going to put the 4 and the 5 side by side. 5 car gets it done this time around the Rebel Tree. The entire time we're just breathing on the throttle. Look at that telemetry trace down there. Just wiggles and wiggles. We're just tiptoeing around this place. There's so much power in these cars, no grip whatsoever. They were not meant to do this at all, but that's what makes it so fun. All over the 4 car through miss, hit, miss, getting a ton of pressure from the 10 car behind into the slowest corner on the track. This is a crazy opening lap. We're barely halfway through the circuit. Four car goes a little bit wide on the exit curve there. Almost opens the door, but I'm not quite close enough to capitalize. Climbing up the hill. We're still all over this 4 car, trying to make it stick. The red mist getting the best of us a little bit. Spotter calls out some trouble again. Who's that? Number 13. Here I am screaming at the 4 car for lifting at what I presume to be a flat-out corner. Maybe it's not in this car, but side by side, up the uphill, running up to moot curb here. And we're going to see, I think I had a little bit too much moot. Straight into the wall we went. Losing 1, 2, almost 3. Oh, there's that green number 1 car again. 4 positions. Almost the 5th to the 12, but the 12 was extremely patient this whole lap. Down into the carousel for the first time. That 4-car gaggle right in front of us going in nose to tail. 8-car gets a little wiggle. I got a little scared there again. Just couldn't quite capitalize on that mistake. Got a little checked up myself. 12-car checking up in the mirror as well. Now this is the highest corner on the track elevation-wise. So from here on out, we're just trying to throw this 5,000-pound brick down the mountain, basically, up through the jump. Fast forward to the 10 and the 8 side by side. 8-car is just going to catch the 10 napping, and for some reason that's going to send me straight into the wall again. These next gens can really take a hit, as I've so adeptly demonstrated. 10's going to make it back up side by side with the 8-car again. It's pretty incredible how much time we're spending side by side on such a narrow circuit. The mini carousel strikes again. 10-car goes super wide.
Clear.
A lot of bumping and shoving all over the place. So the final corner before the long straight. A lot of draft going on here. But we're not quite close enough to make anything happen. Six in line, everybody's got a ton of draft. But again, we were complaining about the brakes so much. 194 miles an hour at the Bilstein Bridge. That's incredible. These things are so fast. But again, so heavy. I really feel every pound of these giant stock cars in the last few corners here. They're so tight and twisty. 12 cars sniffing. He's looking for his opportunity. Looks like here the 4 car is just kind of the cork in the bottle, catching everybody up. 12 car. I see him being so patient behind me. I made that one extra mistake. Got that 1X incident penalty and decided I'll just follow you, bro. You got this. Maybe I need a little bit of coaching. That's okay. Fast forward to Bergwerk, lap 2. 12 car all over the number 4. This is probably the most important corner on the track because this is such a steep uphill run through the Kesselchen. Draft is so important here. Everybody's got kind of a ton of it. So much so that the 12 car is going to pull out to the left side and make the pass on the 4. 4 cars are going to think better of it. Big checkup for a move curve here. Everybody's going to take it nice and easy. Make sure we get out alive on the other side. Huge checkup for that little kink there. I think the 4 car is still a little bit shaken up after that Kesselchen pass by the 12 car. But again, these cars are so heavy and so stiff. Skipping down to the mini carousel. All over the place, through the air. Right up to the bumper of the 4 car. We came in there super hot. I wanted to carry so much more speed through there. But the 4 car is slowing way down but getting excellent exits. So it kind of evens out on these long draft straights. These things have what? 650 horsepower? Something like that? I don't know. 190 something miles an hour is absolutely nuts on the back straight at the Nürburgring. Usually GT3 cars and stuff have so much more downforce that they're not hitting these kinds of top speeds. keep an eye on that mirror because the light green Stuka of the #1 car is going to send the dive bomb of the century, jump over the curb and door me into the fence, and just scoot on by like nothing ever happened. That's the kind of move you can get away with when you have 6,000 iRating, I guess. But at this point, I'm just like, fine, go kill the 4 car for me. You know, make a path. Now remember, the #1 car is recovering from a spin on lap 1. So he's only back up to P9 after spinning from the top 5. Now we're just trying to regroup, cool down the tires a little bit, stay cool, down into Arnberg for the last time. And just, as I said, we were trying to cool the tires, but we locked them up just a little bit on that off-camber downhill. A little bit of grass took the 1X incident point, but no harm, no foul. Through the Rebel Tree we see tires are still super hot, going super wide everywhere. At this point, I'm just in survival mode. The top 10 is still a great finish. We're in positive iRating. I just want to bring it home. For miss hit miss, you really feel every single pound of this car. These next-gen NASCARs are not meant to do this, but that's what makes stock cars on road courses so much fun. They're just so out of place. And don't forget that next season of the Palm Rat Golf Road and Plate Series, Week 2 is going to be the Nordschleife and the Gen 6 car. So even more stock car on road course shenanigans to come. Come by the stream. Twitch.tv/JBassBlast. We'll have a blast, y'all. Through Moot Curve one more time. Right before the carousel, one more time, we're going to lock up that right front. Once it gets unloaded, it's so easy to snatch it up. Straight into the fence we go. One more time. Just the 1X incident point there. I do believe all 5 of those off tracks were off track all the way to the fence. So our Toyota Camry ain't looking so straight by the time we bring it home for the checkered flag. Fast forward just a little bit to the jump here. This is the most fun section of this entire track. Such a high commitment complex, so much elevation change. It's absolutely nuts. Trying to chase down this 13 car. Into the last couple of corners here. Mini carousel coming up. Just about 1.3 second gap to the car in front. It's not quite close enough to make it on draft, especially when that car ahead of him has much better draft than that 4 car. 4 car doing a great job to hold on to that 9th spot. As it sits now, we're going to come home 11th place overall. Oh, it looks like 10th. Someone towed. But like I said, it's not looking great. The 13 car is right on the bumper of the number 4. Looks like he's going for the bump. Nope, he's pulling out. Side by side they go through the Bilstein Bridge. Hopefully we get a couple freebies here. Big lift trying to get into that 5th gear. Without draft here. Pretty much in the top 180s. A lot of curb through the last couple of corners. Now we're just happy to be alive. Looking at that checkered flag. 3 laps of the Nürburgring in the books. And the NASCAR Next Gen, this Ringmaster Series is super fun. Oh, but let's check out this replay of lap 2, where the 1 car sent it through the grass in the air and threw me into the fence. But I tell you what, it made for an epic thumbnail. Just a little bit of a hip check. I'm not going to say I didn't try to tag him right back, but couldn't quite get him on the rejoin. But we both survived in hindsight. It was a pretty sick move, not going to lie. Here we set up the camera Try to get that epic shot. Oh my goodness. Through the air. I can't believe he pulled it off. I just remember I couldn't believe it was actually happening. Like, I saw him send the dive bomb, and then I was like, well, he's got to end up in the grass. Like, this isn't my problem. I'm just going to take my racing line. But no, here he was, jumping the curb, pulling off the pass. What a send. I do remember this guy being super aggressive all week long. But he's another guy that likes this Ringmaster series, so you got to be aggressive at this place. Let's pull up some results here. A little bit of safety rating gain, a little bit of I rating. 2567 as it sits. But that's going to do it for me here. So let me know if you like this kind of thing down below in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more iRacing content, stop by the Twitch channel as well, and I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.